Just about everyone knows someone whose marriage has ended in divorce after one spouse found out that the other was cheating. But what you don't often hear about are the marriages that survive the ordeal. Therapist and author Dr. Charles Foster of the Chestnut Hill Institute is here with more. Dr. Foster, good to have you.
Hey, Leslie, how you doing?
Are there numbers? How many affairs or how many marriages survive an affair?
Most of them. You'd be surprised. Most marriages can and do survive an affair, but the key is knowing what to do, especially right afterwards, to avoid making things worse and turning what's a savable situation into an unsavable one.
What do you do first?
Don't go crazy. I mean, you are crazy. Let's face it. If you find out your spouse has been cheating on you, you are pretty much temporarily insane. It's one of the worst things that can happen to us. It's a very terrible emotional shock, and you're in shock for weeks.
So take a deep breath, right?
Yeah.
Can you go to your best friend's house and kick and scream and throw pillows and tell her the whole story?
Yeah, that's great, you know, but don't go run around telling everybody, which is what you're tempted to do, because you're so angry, you just want to just rake him over the coals. But you've got to resist that temptation. As however much you hate him right now, that is not a sign that it's a bad marriage or an unsavable marriage.
Hate him or her to make it equal here. And if kids are involved, do you shield them from it?
It depends on whether they've found out about it or not. I mean, if they somehow know about it, then you have to acknowledge it. But the key thing is not to put them in the middle, not to be telling the kids what a no good SOB your spouse is. You're going to be parenting those kids for the rest of your life, and you owe it to them that they feel that the other parent is a good person and a good parent. Should
you get all the details to try to move on? Tell me where you were and how it all happened.
And how many times you did it and where. We're so tempted to do that. I beg you, as tempting as it is, don't do it. You're just giving yourself fuel for self-torture later on.
All right, some good advice. And what else? Don't give up, you say, on the marriage.
No, don't give up at all. As I said, most marriages, even if they've been affected, most marriages that have been affected by an affair, they really can be saved. All you need is two things. Is the person willing to heal, willing to work at trying to heal the marriage, and does he get how much damage has been done? And if he or she, whoever the cheater has, can do those two things, is willing to work with you with a good marital therapist. This is the kind of healing, just like a heart attack, this is the kind of healing you can't do on your own. There's a lot of good information in a book I wrote with my partner Mira Kirschenbaum, When Good People Have Affairs, and very helpful stuff in here.
Do you need to be sure that the affair is over, and what can the spouse who cheated do to guarantee that? Do you say, you have my word? Do you say, I'm leaving my health club because that's where I met this person? I mean, how do you work that out?
Right. You need to, trust obviously has been terribly damaged. So how can you heal if your partner doesn't know how hurt you are, and how can you know that he knows unless he's willing to do things like call you every day, quit the health club if that's where it happened? There's got to be specific and really positive trust-building measures.
All right, and find a good marital therapist. You start that immediately? Make the call?
Yeah, you need to find that immediately, but it makes all the difference.
All right, and if the spouse who cheated says, I'm just not sure that I want to stay here, and then what? Do you try to convince them? Do you give it some time? Do you figure that the marriage is done, or what?
Many cheaters do say that, but the only way you can really know for sure that that's true and not just his confused or her confused feelings, again, is working with a good couple. The only way you can really tell if the marriage is savable is to make it better. And when it gets better, then you can really see it. Then you can know if it's worth saving on both of you, including the cheater.
So plenty of people able to work through it. Dr. Charles Foster of the Chestnut Hill Institute, thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.